You wake up drenched in sweat, your throat burning, your head heavy, like it's filled with stones. The room smells wrong, stale, thick. You try to sit up, but the floor tilts beneath you. Then the sound comes. A fist slams into your wooden door, once, twice. "Open up!" You hold your breath. Another voice follows, sharper, crueler. Plague. The word spreads faster than the knocking. You hear neighbors stirring, shutters creaking, whispers leaking into the street. Someone coughs nearby, then goes quiet. You haven't even looked at your body yet. You don't know if the fever marks are there. It doesn't matter. In this city, once that word is spoken, proof comes later. Sometimes never. Outside your door, boots shift. Wood scrapes stone. They aren't here to ask questions. They're here to decide how your story ends.
Bring out your dead.
You are in London, year 1348. The city is packed tight with wood houses, narrow lanes, and people who live shoulder to shoulder. Smoke hangs low. Waste runs through the streets. Everyone is close, and sickness moves faster than rumors. For weeks, people have been vanishing. A man coughs one day and is gone the next. Families seal doors at night and pray in the morning. Church bells ring so often they no longer shock anyone. No one understands what is happening. There are no doctors who know why bodies swell or why fever burns so fast. People blame bad air, God's anger, foreign traders, anyone who is not them. And now you are sick. In this city, fear decides before evidence does. Once suspicion takes hold, survival stops being about medicine. It becomes about what others believe you are. That belief spreads faster than any illness, and it is already moving toward your door. The sickness does not arrive all at once, it creeps. First comes the fever, heat under your skin that will not leave. Then the chills, sharp enough to make your teeth rattle even in summer air. Your head throbs, your body weakens. Then you feel the swelling. Painful knots rise beneath your arms, along your neck, behind your ears. They burn when you touch them. You stop touching them. People do not call it a disease. They call it bad air. They believe death rides on the wind, searching for the sinful and the weak. So they burn herbs. They carry flowers. They avoid anyone who smells sick. No one knows that fleas carry death, or that rats move faster than fear. All they see are bodies failing without warning. And when something cannot be seen, people invent explanations. Fear fills the space where knowledge should be. It spreads through words, glances, and rumors. By the time truth arrives, fear has already chosen its target. You hear scraping outside before you see it. Wood against stone, slow and deliberate. You press your eye to the crack in the door. A man kneels in the street with a pot of red paint. He draws a symbol on your door, rough and fast, as if the wood itself is contaminated. It doesn't matter what the mark means. Everyone knows what it says. Neighbors step back. Some cross themselves. Others stare too long, already rehearsing the story they will tell later. Children are pulled indoors. Shutters close. The mark changes everything. Food stops arriving. Voices lower when they pass your house. People who shared bread with you yesterday now avoid the ground you stand on. This is how the city protects itself. Not with cures or understanding, but with distance and signs. Once a door is marked, you are no longer a neighbor. You are a warning painted in red, meant to be seen from far away. The city does not ask if you are sick. It assumes. Now the city has decided what you are. What remains is what you will do about it. You have choices, but none of them feel like escape. You can stay inside and wait. Hope the fever breaks before hunger does. Hope the mark fades before anyone remembers why it was painted. You can run, slip out before dawn, keep your head down and disappear into streets already filled with sickness. But running means being seen. And being seen means being chased. Or you can open the door. Trust the men who claim they are here to help. Some people who open their doors are taken to care houses. Some are never seen again. No one tells the difference. Each option costs something. Time, safety, dignity. This is what disasters really are. Not one sudden moment, but a series of small decisions made under pressure when every path looks wrong and waiting feels safer than moving. Most people do not freeze. They choose the option that feels least painful in that moment. History remembers the outcome. It rarely remembers the fear that shaped the choice. It starts with whispers, then names. Someone says they saw you coughing. Someone else says they heard screaming from your house at night. Stories grow as they pass from mouth to mouth, each one worse than the last. Fear does not wait for proof. It looks for direction. People gather in the street, not to help, but to feel safer together. Pointing gives fear a shape. Accusing someone makes danger feel controllable. You hear words like curse and punishment. Someone mentions God, another mentions foreign sickness. None of it matters. Once blame begins, truth becomes irrelevant. A stone hits your door, then another. Not hard enough to break it, just hard enough to send a message. This is how the city protects itself. Not by stopping the sickness, but by pushing it away. In moments like this, disease becomes secondary. What decides survival is not what lives in your body, but what lives in other people's minds. When fear turns outward, it moves faster than illness ever could. They do not drag you into the street. They do something worse. They seal the door. Wood slams into the frame. Nails bite deep. The sound is final, like a coffin being closed while you are still breathing. When the street quiets, you are alone. Food appears some days, other days, nothing. Water comes if someone remembers. Time stretches and bends. Fever fades, then returns. You count hours by coughing fits and footsteps that never stop outside. From the next house, you hear, then silence. From another, nothing at all. You do not know if that is better. Quarantine sounds safe to people who stand outside. To those inside, it is waiting without answers. Waiting to see if your body recovers or fails, while the world decides your value. You press your ear to the wood, listening to life continue without you. In this city, survival no longer depends on strength or courage. It depends on whether you are forgotten fast enough for fear to move on. Sometimes, being locked in is the last thing that keeps you alive. The Black Death does not end with one knock, one mark, or one sealed door. It lingers in what it reveals. Bodies healed and bodies failed, but fear outlived them both. Long after the sickness passed, people remembered who was blamed, who was locked away, who was abandoned when answers were missing. The plague did not teach people how disease spreads, it taught them how panic spreads. When knowledge is absent, imagination takes control. Rumors feel safer than uncertainty. Accusation feels easier than waiting. Distance feels like protection, even when it destroys trust. History often explains disasters with numbers and dates. Living through one feels very different. It is quieter, slower, decided by small moments when fear speaks louder than reason. The Black Death reminds us that survival is not only about the strength of the body. It is about how societies respond when they do not understand what is happening. Disease moves through people. Panic moves through choices.